Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the instant match reaction. I've been sat staring into space, pontificating over my life and how it came to this point, and how, like, for many years we're putting out. This is our 11th year of doing Redmen TV now. And let's be honest, for the vast majority of them, Liverpool have not been very good. Certainly not by the high standards set by some of the greats that have pulled on the shirt and managed the club and all that kind of stuff. But fuck me, Chris, I did not expect a month ago when we were flying high, flying in the face of all the crap that had been thrown our way, all the injuries.
Top of the table clashes and winning them.
We were winning top of the table clashes. We were smashing low block sides. We were scoring goals. We'd gotten through all the worst, what seemed, of our injury problems. We were getting men back. And basically, I have been absolutely blindsided. And I shouldn't feel blindsided because this is now 5 games, since then. Like, this is not how it's meant to be. We shouldn't be sat here having lost our home unbeaten record in the league. You don't lose that. You're not meant to lose that like that. You're meant to go down scrapping, swinging, whatever. We have just been a whimpering, simpering mess for a month now. And it's like I'm on the verge. I'm not angry. I don't have that in me over it. I'm just like fucking seriously, they just need to do us a favour and stop being shite, because I'm forgiving of it when we've got, Liverpool 5 years ago, Liverpool 10 years ago, I expected it because we've just been crap forever. This is not acceptable. Like, Liverpool, it shouldn't be this crap. They've got plenty of excuses, plenty of mitigating circumstances. It's trying times for everyone. There's no positives to be taken out of this. We're just fucking shite at the minute.
We are, mate. We've not scored this fucking year in the league, have we? It was West Brom. Like, when was West Brom? Back end of December, something like that. We've not won since like the fucking 19th of December in the league or something. Palace 7-0, and it's just been. I've seen that game 1,000 times as a Liverpool fan. I'm stretching it a bit there, but a lot. I just haven't seen it back to back for a month before, and that's what's killing me now. Is that we've got no idea how to score a goal right now. That we've ran out of ideas in the final third. You put the front three on there in previous games, not this one, obviously, until later on, and we're struggling. You bring it up, you freshen it up, we're struggling, and it's just like, how many times can you watch a lad hit a shot at someone's legs from outside the area and try and score from 30 yards when there's a lad a foot in front of you? It's stupid. I mean, quite honestly,
but it screams the dichotomy of the situation that Liverpool are in. Because you were saying, I've seen loads of people go, well, you just need to get somebody who shoots from distance. Shooting from distance is the biggest fucking myth of football. Now, don't get me wrong, because this where the dichotomy comes in, because you do need to when the situation demands it, you can, do it, and it can be a great, option for you to break a team down in these kind of situations. But at its core, it is like the biggest red flag
for the most part.
Exactly. But that's where Liverpool are at right now. And a good Klopp was mentioning it post match. I thought it was. I think he did the right thing coming out and saying that it's his fault, because it'll at least, that's a talking point, and it's good. It's good that he's just gone, right, fucking, I'll have that. I don't think he's right to take the blame, because ultimately he's not one of the dickheads on the pitch who's not fucking passing it and is making the wrong decisions and doing this. And again, if I was looking at fucking Hossamy running down the right wing and playing a shit cross in, well, you know what? I'm accepting of it, because Hossamy was a bag of wank. If it was any number of absolute fucking talentless losers we've had populating this side in the Premier League era, I would be annoyed, and I've been annoyed at the time, and blah, blah, blah. But these are world-class winners that we've got, and they're all doing stupid things, and
they've lost the confidence right now. That's what's happened. They've lost the confidence. They've lost the mojo, and there's loads of mitigating circumstances. I'm not interested in mitigating circumstances. I'm interested in going, why aren't these lads playing better? Why are they trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results when it's not working? That's what I'm interested in. Why is Trent Alexander-Arnold cutting it back and hitting it left-footed past the goal to nobody? Why is Shaqiri cutting inside and having a pot shot from nothing? Why are they making the wrong decisions in the final third? Why are they not fucking trying harder to get the ball back high up the pitch? Why are all these things not being answered? Why are we not scoring fucking goals?
Yeah. Honestly, the amount of times, the biggest flaw, and this is like a psychological cancer on a football team when they're not scoring goals, is do you lay it off or do you have a shot? And that goes back to the dichotomy, because having shots can be a bit wasteful, because you've spent all this time, and particularly the way Liverpool play, you build and you gradually move your way up the pitch, and you get to a point where the peak of that is your defence is basically on the halfway line and they're penned back, and every time you can cross the ball into your heart's content, because all it ever does is come all the way out and you start again, you're starting inside your half and you build and build and build. But what Liverpool were doing is the amount of times the footballers go, I'll try and grab this game and I'll try and have a shot, but the shot, it's a step too much to take in each and every time. Shaqiri taking one more touch when he should just lay it off, because he's thinking his first does, I'm gonna take a touch and get a shot, which fundamentally isn't wrong. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with that, because look at the encouraging moments in the first half come from Divock Origi trying to get himself a shooting opportunity, gets a solid shot off. You can build towards something, but this is why it's the route to madness, because none of us know what the solution to this is. And the reason, and I say what's the most clear way of describing this is everyone just signed Haaland and fucking Mbappe. Well, yeah, just because none of us can fucking fathom a simple solution to this, because it's decision making, and you can't. There's nothing we can do about it. The fucking players just need to decide better.
I genuinely think that Liverpool have made a decision to not press as high this season, to try and get through. I'm at the point where you go, let's just fucking try and press high up the field. Let's try and win the ball back high up the field. And if our legs fucking fall off, our legs fucking fall off, because we're struggling to create chances without that high press.
Yeah, completely. And the problem is, of course, is that I think it might be that. Well, it's definitely that, but I wonder whether the decision process, I don't even know that there's a decision to be made on that. I just don't think the players across the board are capable, because it's not just us. The problem is we are right in so much as it is so fundamental to our identity that we are suffering most as a result of it. But again, it just boils down to it. Intensity, press, and all that stuff doesn't excuse Divock Origi fucking hitting the bar in a one-on-one. Like, what the fuck are you doing trying to put it in the top bin?
But what's fucking that about? It's not match sharpness. It's not getting in those positions. So you're playing a lad who's had 12 minutes of Premier League football, and you're expecting him to finish like a lad who's match fit.
True, but he's a centre forward.
Yeah. But
it doesn't matter whether
you need to be match fit, whether you're a centre forward or not. You need to be match fit.
True,
you need to get into those positions. And he's not been able to take those things.
If I was looking to get positives out of it, I would be absolutely taking that stance on it, because it's all ran through my head. I don't. You're not wrong to say that.
No.
But Divock Origi is a fucking centre forward. He has been a centre forward for his entire career. He's never played fucking tons of games back to back anyway. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he's hit the crossbar.
He's a 1 in 4 centre forward for us, and he always has been.
Yeah.
And he's had our gilt edge opportunity.
Yeah. And he's
not match fit.
Yeah.
He's not world class.
But I'm not letting him off the hook for any of that, because all he's got to do is he's there. He's just got to kick it at the fucking goal, and he again, decision making. He's fucking that's fucking stupidity.
But a player maybe with more confidence, more goals under his belt, doesn't rush that.
Yeah.
It's the target, just does enough. So it's all part and parcel. It's the side that's been picked.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it's all that in it. They're all fucking shit. There's no evidence. Because we put someone else in that situation, well, they're overworked, or we can find an excuse for all of it. I refuse to excuse a man whose literal job it is to fucking score goals. Excuse centre forwards, because they've got to play a first game at some point. He's got to come into the team and play a game of football at some point. Nobody says we'll give this fucking goal scoring centre forward a fucking 10 games to fucking rub. You don't get your fucking warm up lap before you're exonerated, and then you've got to carry on and start scoring goals. You need those moments, and that's the point. Is that every player gets a fucking degree of blame in all this, with the exception of Joel Matip, who was bloody exceptional tonight. But it was just Mo Salah gets equally blamed, and you could do it. He's played a lot of football. Oh, he's just come onto the pitch. He hasn't really got up to the speed of the game. The ball's come to him inside the 18-yard box. It's just kicking the fucking ball in the direction of the goal. You and I can miss that all day long, but these are senior professional footballers who more than can do that. Divock Origi comes into the fucking game in the Champions League final, does nothing but play crap crossfield balls, is rubbish, and then one ball drops to him and he sticks it in the fucking back of the net. He's more than capable of scoring that goal, and I can look again. I'm fucking wound up by it. Tomorrow, I'm all over finding fucking reasonable fucking reasons behind all of this stuff. But at the minute, everyone's getting shot. Everyone is getting taken out behind the barn and fucking shot in the back of the head because they're all getting glue the lot of them because the crap. But this is my infuriation on this. For as much as we know that Divock Origi is never going to be better than he's been for us, these are all perfectly fine footballers. I'm not having this idea that the whole squad needs tearing up and needs fucking doing it, and this squad needs major surgery and all that.
And it's not the squad. It can't be 5 to 7 frigging signings because they're not that far away from where they were, and they're still the same players that they were. But the idea is, and people have been saying this for ages, and I've completely disagreed about Liverpool have been found out. Right now, Liverpool are struggling to break down sides, and it doesn't matter. And it's not just low block. Don't kid yourselves. Yeah. We're struggling to break down sides, whatever they do against us at the moment, because we've run out of ideas. Yeah. We need to change something. We need to attack a different way. We need to change the formation or something. We need to instill confidence in those players somehow. And it'll probably be a lucky break. It'll probably be a scuff fucking goal because it always is on these types of runs.
And that's why I'm so pissed off with the Divock Origi thing, is that that's your chance.
It was a golden platter.
Yeah, it's there. Someone's just they have literally this Burnley defence, and give Burnley defence all the credit because they defended really well. I still don't think we caused them to stretch enough. But they dealt with everything that we threw at them. So, it was what it was. They played the game that was in front of them and they played it better. But that's their centre-half, their really good centre-half partnership, that they are much better with the goal. They literally, Ben Mee, handed us that chance and we failed to fucking take it. And when you're not in form and you've not got those things, you're dead right. You do need that moment. You need something to just go for you, to get yourself out the mire, to get yourself out the slump. And again, I am just so... frustrated, the word helpless is another word that describes it, so cut off from the whole thing, because I imagine this is why people who do take in the games from all over the four corners of the world, I'm not saying this is true of people at home as well, like armchair fans seem to be the most angry and reactionary ones and all that kind of stuff, because you do feel neutered is the word actually, or castrated, or fucking like chastised, you know what I mean, like being held in chastity over this. I feel so there's nothing we can do about this. That's what makes it all the worse. We've got to sit here and fucking snarl at a television screen when we should be in the ground
screaming and encouraging and supporting,
just screaming the songs and letting the lads sort the rest of it out, whether they win, lose or draw. But I feel so cut off and I feel like there's nothing we can do about it, and so we're reaching round for it. It'd be a good idea. And it wouldn't, if Liverpool aren't working on buying a centre half, it's fucking criminal, because I keep coming back to it. We've got. I think our squad's better than we're showing. I just think it's better than what we're seeing right now. And this can't all be on one player, and we can't just keep using loads of excuses. But fuck me, like Matip showed you, Matip is a good level, as a good centre half. He was noticeably better than anyone else we've had at centre half all season, and it's noticeable how much better we generally look. We lost this game of football with Joe Matip at the back.
Our entire identity from an attacking point of view is built on the fact that we have two very, very fast centre-backs. Mm-hmm. That's what enables us to play the high line. That's what enables Trent to get forwards and get into space, because you've got Joe Gomez covering for him and you've got Van Dijk on the other side. You can get out to those wide positions. When we have to drop 10 yards deeper, we can't pin a team in on the final third, and we're not being able to do that. So we're not being able to get that high press. We're not being able to get that transition. We're not being able to work the ball quickly to the strikers. And what we're not good at is methodically picking the lock. That's not us. That's not in our identity. But we're asking Liverpool to do that time and time again.
I think it is, because look how we won. We win so many games by the late goals, because it just.
But that doesn't mean that you're picking the lock when there's 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry, picking the. You're right. It's our way of doing it was to just keep it an intense little pressure, but eventually a chance would fall and you'd stick it away. You're right. Where I'm falling down on this right now is that we've had this debate now for 2 weeks. We are weakening the midfield to strengthen the defence, and I get it, and I get the notion because that's how we won the title. Because we got the defence right, and we didn't go out and blow teams away last season. We were just impregnable, and we knew that eventually they're not getting any joy any other way, and we just keep building the pressure up, and eventually we'll score. I wonder whether there's something to going, right, fuck it, we haven't got the defence, so let's just wind the clock back 2 seasons, and let's just look. I don't care. Go and pick up another centre half, just another centre half who's a senior age centre half, no matter what they've done, as long as they've got top league experience, and that way you've either got Matip plus this guy, or that guy or Matip plus one of the kids. I'm not saying play Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, because you might as well just fucking set fire to the season if you're going to do that. But go out and do that and just lash Fabinho back in midfield and make sure Henderson's in midfield as much as possible and Thiago's in midfield as much as possible, and do that and try that, because
I've been saying that for 2 weeks, mate.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We've been banging this drum for 2 weeks now. I don't disagree. It was not a wrong notion to be solid at one end, but
we've lost too much.
We need to go back to what we were good at.
We've tipped it too far. Yeah. The scales have been tipped, haven't they? That's the problem at the moment. We have lost everything that made us great, and that the biggest thing that made us great is consistency and understanding of what each other's positions were, what the player was going to do in what situation. There's too much thinking in the final third, thinking what's that lad going to do, where is he going to be, how is he going to make that run, how do I get him that? As soon as you start thinking on the football field, you're giving the advantage to the opposition.
Yeah. Absolutely. JM with the £5 super chat saying, I honestly think Trent might be experiencing the mind fog effects of post-COVID. Decision making incredibly poor and slow compared to last season. I don't even think, again, people will criticise Trent because he's an obvious target, because he's the guy throwing crosses into the box. He threw all kinds of different things, and again, it's the job for people to be in various positions in the box and stuff. I thought Trent's overall game was all right. He was. It was more. The last 2 games have been a much more Trent-like performance. They're still not good enough, but they definitely need to be fucking better. There's a few more super chats here which I've completely lost sight of, which we'll try and get to before we round the show up. But the hardest thing to understand is how you go from a 99 points, from having the second highest points total in the history of the Premier League, and probably the history of the top flight football in this country, and not just like because the thing is, we've had this where we've had good season and we've started the season shite. We started the season okay, and we handled so many of the problems, and I just don't know what it is, and maybe it's just a reversion to what we've been like for a couple of seasons prior to our peak form, where we burn ourselves so hard in that period, and January under Klopp was a period when we notoriously came a little bit unstuck, and we've had struggles in this time. It's
no, I'm at the point, I said it before, like, while you try and find the super chats, where I'm like, there's so many reasons for Liverpool regression. You can list them. You can sit here and whinge all you fucking want, but you've got to do your talking on the football field. So you've got to do it with what's available right now. And yes, you have the option of January's and availability for you. You can sign somebody if you want to sign somebody. What Liverpool need to get back to do is stop focusing on what's happened to us to cause this, and start focusing on what the hell they're going to do to change this.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was going to say this on the fan reactions earlier, is like, there's two ways of looking at this. You can go, it's halfway through the season, oh my God, if this carries on for the rest of the season, we're fucked. Or you can say, there we go, half season's done, here's all the fucking mistakes. How do we want to define? And this is not on us, by the way, because we're fans. We've got zero impact on this now. Maybe in how we conduct ourselves online. You know, and how and whether we fucking decide to just leave the footballers alone or whatever. But regardless, what Klopp and the full management team and the players have got to do now is they've got to get back in a room together, and they've got to decide how they want that season to end, and they've got to define. They have got to define what this season looks like, because they cannot rest on the fucking laurels at all. We've seen it now. We had this opportunity, and we went from a point where we were prepared to steamroll the league, and I genuinely. I have to remember that because it's not long ago when I was so convinced that we were done so well with all the misfortune that had faced us. Like, if we'd had those players fit, I still no doubt we'd have fucking pissed this league, but we haven't, and that's the reality of our situation. Them lads, it's on them now. There's fucking nothing we can do. You're right. They need to go and sort their shit out because they're the ones who get to decide how the season ends. And if they play like this, then they will fucking deserve it to be a shit season, and that's the long and short of it. But the only slight encouraging note for us as fans is that that's what it is, and that's the reality of where we are now. Yeah, you know, by the time the fixtures are all played out, by the time we play again, we could be 7th in the league. That's where you've got to draw the line and say that's it. We've had our period now, and we've got to pick ourselves up. The season's halfway through. Liverpool have got every chance of turning it around and picking it up and going again, and there's never been a Liverpool squad of players that have got a better chance of turning around a season where we're 7th in the fucking league. What?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
thanks, appreciate that.
But yeah, Sam Hamad saying, regarding your comments about an experienced centre-half, would you take up a Meccano? Yeah, but we can't, mate, because he costs too much money and he's playing for the team we're playing in the Champions League in the next round, so I wouldn't worry about it. Ray J, no plan B either, frustrating to watch, agreed. Kian Olner saying, there's no plan B, it seems, another one there.
The bloody plan B was on the bench and he brought them on, and it was Firmino and Salah, and plan B, unfortunately, was the same football as plan A. Yeah. So what you're talking about is right. Yeah. Plan B in regards to how we played the game.
Yeah. He's saying that we do the same thing every time. No longer encourage when Trent and Robbo get the ball. I still contend on these crosses thing that if you're crossing a ball and it's not immediately being headed out by a defender, then it's actually not a bad ball into the box. It's about two things. It's about either being alive to opportunity or being in a position to capitalise on things being booted away. And whatever it is, those three lads, whoever they are in and around the box, were. Yeah.
My issue with the crossing is that when Liverpool are at their absolute most dangerous from crossing, they're not crossing from a position where everybody's back and in the box and waiting for it. They're crossing on a break, they're transitioning quickly, and it's a deep ball from Trent that goes in behind the defenders and someone runs onto it. Or it's a deep ball from Robbo that's onto a runner. We're not great at get the ball to the wing and stand your man up and cross the ball, and no team's great at that.
Not without Lewandowski playing up front for you, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, not without.
But that's the type of crossing that we're seeing.
No, you're right. Yeah. No, it's fine. The way it works, and to be fair to that, playing low ping balls across the box is actually a decent percentage way to play things, which is why, again, I'm not totally discouraged by it. You're right in that one where we work it out wide, there you get the defensive line in place, and then we play a high ball into the box is fucking nonsense, unless you're going to line up on the edge of the 18-yard box, which is pressure, and you're going to pick the second balls up and you're going to keep them penned in and keep that up for 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, which I don't think we're capable of doing for some reason, for a whole host of reasons at the moment. That's the only reason with that, because you're not you're if the cross comes off, great, but you're more anticipating what happens after that, which is gone from our game of late, which is fucking dead annoying. And other than that, play some low ball, play into feet. If you're dealing with yard dog centre halves who are there to head it all out all day, then play it into the feet and make them slice things and all that. But again, it's all built on Liverpool having the ball and keeping a team pressed in, and we don't have that intensity to our play at the moment, which is just fucking mad.
Like you mentioned before about getting Fabinho back in, we're missing height. Mm-hmm. Height there, it shouldn't be, because it's a football field and it's fucking massive. But to get it over that midfield is a lot easier now than it was. Yeah,
if you manage to get it over Fabinho, well done. You've just hit it to Virgil van Dijk or Joel Matip. Tar for the ball back, and yeah, that's it. And again, I'm not here for excuses or reasons and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. We're entitled to be fucking fucked off because it's not just one bad result. You can have this game time and time again. You said it yourself. You've seen this game played out dozens of times over our time as Liverpool fans. It's just that we've just played basically 4 of the last 5 games, that we've dropped points in have been that game, which is.
And the other one we played gang of kids.
Yeah, mad. Absolutely mad. Ojan O'Brien, I hope you have some drink in the house after that utter bollocks. Thanks, mate. Yeah, me too. I hope so too. And Scott Hawke says, we're a team built on intensity who don't know how to play without it in a season. We can't. It suits United style. Man City have adapted well. We can't keep trying to be a slower version of what we were. And yeah, I know it's...
I agree with that. I think I said similar stuff to you before. And have you seen Leon Gary's as well?
No.
It's just a lack of confidence, heartbreaking, but ride this season out, maybe win a cup and scrape top 4 and go, it's not good enough, Leon,
No,
is it, mate?
no. And I'm not here to entertain these conversations. Let's have these conversations. It's not even, and I'm not that digging Leon out here in any way, shape or form. Let's have a look in a month and see what it looks like. And again, this whole like maybe scrape top 4, blah blah blah. If we continue to play like this, we won't finish top 4. So let's not like this notion of like give it up. I say you get top 4 by trying to win the title, and I think Liverpool have to pick themselves up and dust themselves down and go and continue to fight to be in the title conversation. That's the only way you make any success. But I'm not having this like somehow they're now going to go and now we'll just switch our attentions here. No, Liverpool are going to go and try and win every game of football in front of them. But there's something that needs to happen. Maybe we all need to have a big fucking pray. I don't know. I'm out of ideas. I'm genuinely out of ideas. Whatever you've got, if that's your thing, then double down on that for me, please. I'm just going to go and fucking scream into the fucking night sky and hope that someone out there who has a power to make this better for me listens.
I've not felt this bad in doing a show in so fucking long.
That's what I mean. I was used to it. I've now grown not used to it.
Yeah, we've had the good stuff, man.
I've had a taste of fucking the best, and I want more of it. This is like
we've been eating Wagyu beef, and now we're fucking on. I don't know, fucking Findus, like fucking mince, fucking whatever.
Being in 5-star hotels, and then you're back to fucking sleeping on the floor in a fucking hostel. Like, you know what I mean? It's shit. Shit. No more of this, Liverpool. Be the good Liverpool again, please. Spoons, disappointing results. But what isn't disappointing is the coverage of Redmen TV. World class and punditry as per usual. Thank you, Spoons.
Spoons, thank you for all 3 of your super chats today as well, mate.
Thank you to everyone for watching, by the way. And thank you to everyone who supported, whether you've dropped a super chat in, or you're just watching, or you're commenting, or you're liking. And of course, the people who subscribe to the website, you guys have really helped us through. And look, we'll be here regardless. We've got no choice. Not only is our job, but we're all Liverpool fans. We can't not be Liverpool fans. It's not possible to switch it off. If it's possible for you, just switch it off. Switch off being a Liverpool fan for a bit and switch on when we're good again. Just do that. That'll be great. Most of us, we know we can't do. So we're going to take our licks. We're going to talk our way through it. We're going to console our way through it, because that's the way it always is. And I know it's hard in the COVID age. It's hard to do that. We can't be together. We can't physically be together. But we'll try our best. We'll still be here. So if you want to come and watch our shows, please do.
I just need a fucking hug from some fucker.
I'm going to have to go and wake my wife up and ask for a cuddle. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm just going to have. She'll be like, ooh, is it on? I'm like, it's not on, love. Like, you're not in. Sorry. Just give us a big cuddle and hopefully feel better. Right, that's it from us. Thanks so much, everyone. You guys are amazing. The Reds are less than amazing at the moment, but form is temporary. Class is permanent, we hope. Just do the business, please, Liverpool, and start with Man United in the FA Cup at the weekend. Nice one. Ta-da.